Hey guys, Forrest here today from Forrest Advanced Training, and today I have a special guest. We have a special presentation that we're going to do for you on tips to energize your day at the office. And here I have Ann, who is the owner of Rise Yoga Studio in the Greenhaven Pocket area. It's exactly 9 minutes away from the training studio. I timed it today.
We're close, we're neighbors.
Exactly. So there's a lot of things that we do in boot camp and personal training. We work on building strength, on building core strength, on cardio conditioning. We do a little bit of flexibility and mobility work, but there's a lot of things in yoga in general that you can get a ton of benefit out of that we don't do as much in the setting, in our normal training setting. So what I thought I would do today is have Ann show some basic stuff that you can do, some actual chair yoga, right? That's what we're going to do?
Yes.
And this is like a quick little routine that you could do during the day, if you sit down most of the day, which I know most people do these days, to get yourself energized, give you some, work on your flexibility and mobility, and keep you going for the day. So let's take it from here.
Well, thanks, Forrest, for having me here.
No problem.
So what I'd like to share with you today is a little bit of a few tips on how to keep yourself energized at work. And one of the things that we end up doing during our workday is we sit and we keep sitting and we keep sitting and we don't really get up and move around a lot. And I think it's important to take breaks while you're doing your workday, and you should be getting up or doing some kind of movement at least once every hour or so. It might sound like a lot, but it's only going to take a few seconds, a few minutes to actually re-energize yourself. So one of the first things that I like to do is just kind of show people how to sit in your chair at work, because it's important that you maintain correct posture so that you don't get fatigued. If you're slouching and slumping at your desk, you're going to start getting fatigued a whole lot faster than if you maintain correct posture. So what you want to do is actually get your feet on the floor, and that might mean putting a couple of books underneath your feet in order to get your knee in line with your hip. So if your knee is dropped down below or even up, we want to adjust our chair so that we have the hip and the knee in alignment. We also want to sit probably a little bit more forward in the chair rather than relying on the back of the chair, because what ends up happening is we end up doing this. We slump and we round ourselves, and then we're working on our keyboard, and then our chin goes out, and this is how we end up spending our day. And this is very fatiguing. So we want to straighten our posture up by coming away from the back so we can get up on the sitting bones so that we don't create that slump. We get on the sitting bones and then tilt forward just a little bit. And then as you keyboard, you want to make sure that the keyboard is in a place that keeps your wrist and your elbow in one line as well, so that you're not keying here or keying down here, but keeping your elbows into the rib cage and forearm extended out. Also your monitor, if you're looking up, you're looking down at your monitor, you're crinking and crackling your neck, so you want your monitor at eye level as well. So those are just a few little tricks that you can do to get organized. Then in order to actually move a little bit every hour or so, you can get up from your chair, which would be a nice thing to do, but I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do in the chair. You can take one foot and bring it over your thigh, and we call this a modified pigeon stretch. You probably have some sort of word name for it as well.
That's really, you know what, I actually call it that.
Oh, okay.
We do some basic yoga poses.
Okay.
You would be impressed. Although,
so we take 1 foot over the thigh, and we get tall on the sitting bones, and then just lean forward. And this is going to start stretching out the side of the hip here, stretching into the low back a little bit, and we can take a few breaths. So breathe deep, take deep breaths in and out through the nose. So we can do that on both sides. We can also do a simple twist in the chair where you just turn to one side, take a few breaths, and turn to the other side. take a few breaths here. We can also bring the hands to the knees, and then actually now we want to round the spine and tuck the chin to the chest and just kind of hang here and open up the spaces between the vertebrae. Just kind of hang here. Then you can come forward, roll the shoulders back, do a couple of shoulder rolls, and then we can finish off with a couple of side stretches, reaching up and over to the corner of the ceiling and the wall and opening up the side waist. So it's important to move your spine in all the different directions that you move your spine. So if you kind of think about it for a minute, you're twisting, you're moving laterally to the side, you can round and flex, and then stretching out the hip is a nice thing to do as well. So those are just a few things that you can do routinely during the day, and it'll help keep you energized, it'll help keep you refreshed.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing. That's
You're
fantastic.
You're welcome.
I hope you found that those are some useful tips for you today. To find out more information about Ann and the yoga studio down here, we will you can visit her website, which we will have posted at the end of the video in a slide, and also on the Forest Fan Training website as well. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you next time.